What I would like to ask you is the observation that you made, like in the first night when you got here this morning, of how people use the space of the street or the sidewalks, and how the limits of buildings, street traffic function.
Yeah. Well, the first observation was this morning that nobody seems to be walking on the pavement because the pavement is not maintained. It's somehow was made once but never looked after, and so somehow the whole activity seems to be narrowing to a certain space between somehow in halfway on the road, halfway on the pavement, very close to kind of privatized areas where you have a wall and then kind of broken up pavement, then you have a kind of step between road and pavement, and this kind of in between space seems to be the most active social area and also economical area. So it's very close to traffic, which is a very important thing in Africa for any kind of economical development. So my interest now is to focus on this in-between space and to maybe develop some kind of structural interventions in this kind of cut-through of the space where you have private walls, pavement and road, where people seem to move, sell, meet. That seems to be
I think what's also very interesting to observe is that if you, for instance, have like these big gaps in the asphalt in the street, then of course the cars have to.
Yeah, then it gets all problematic.
Yeah, and then
suddenly the
is
put into one smaller space where it's
exactly. So traffic is not just going straight, but it's also following certain tracks which are maybe made by obstacles or by gaps, and that of course is influencing very much the flow of the traffic, and that then maybe influences heavily the use of the street itself.
Yeah, and also if you can, I mean, I have not seen so much, but what you tend to see is that the roads have a certain or more interest of investment than the pavement itself, even though a lot of people seem to walk and sell on the street directly. So on one hand, physically speaking, the pavement doesn't seem very important in the city because it's broken, even though there's water canals and I guess certain parts, maybe even electricity on the ground. I don't know how this, but like in European cities, the pavement is the most important area because there all the cables are there, all the infrastructure of the city is on the ground, under the pavement, and here it seems to be different, but it's still there's the water system somehow, the sewage. I think it's an open sewage. It also connects private and public, where all the kind of the doors, the private entrance to the private spaces is connected in that same space as well. So yeah, I can imagine to look at this interactivity in this kind of small space is would be of interest to develop.